Okay, let's dive right in. We've got a really interesting one today, kind of a fantasy matchup. Liam Neeson versus Bolo Yeung. Prime versus Prime.
Yeah. Not the movie characters, but the actual guys, hypothetically speaking.
Exactly. Forget the movie sets. Imagine a real unarmed fight. Who actually comes out on top?
Wait, you got such different physical types, different styles presented on screen, don't you?
Totally. So, first corner, Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Huge guy, right? 6'4".
Towering, yeah.
And he's got that boxing background, which is, series foundation. Think Brian Mills in Taken. That wasn't just random action.
No, it showed a very specific skill set. Calculated, precise, lethal. He uses that size and reach.
You'd think that reach alone gives him a massive advantage, wouldn't you? Keeping someone away.
Well, in theory, yes. A boxer definitely wants to control the distance, use the jab, keep shorter fighters out. But a real fight isn't always clean like that.
Right. Which brings us to Bolo Yeung.
An absolute icon, martial artist, bodybuilder, just legendary status.
He's shorter, 5'6", but just packed with muscle. I mean, enter the dragon, blood sport.
Pure intimidation factor there. And that speed, the aggression, it's explosive.
Yeah, the source we're looking at, it's analysis from a martial arts site. They talk about his feral edge.
And they link that to his actual full contact fighting experience, which is a key point.
How so? What does that experience give him, according to this analysis?
It suggests he's used to chaos, to delivering and, importantly, taking hard hits in close. It's a different kind of intensity than, say, boxing under strict rules.
Okay, so it's not just about technique, but about grit and maybe aggression.
Exactly. The source kind of posits that Bolo's comfort in that messy, close-range brawl could potentially, overwhelm Neeson's reach advantage. Just get inside and make it ugly.
Gotcha. So that's our mission for this deep dive then. Figure out who this analysis thinks would win. Peak physical condition, unarmed.
And the source does consider different scenarios, like traditional martial arts rules versus just anything goes.
Street fight, basically.
Pretty much. And interestingly, the analysis kind of leans the same way regardless.
Oh, really? Which way is that?
It ultimately picks Bolo Yeung as the winner.
Wow. Okay, so despite Neeson's height, reach, the boxing skills, the source thinks Bolo takes it.
Yeah, the argument seems to be that Yeung's raw power, that sheer explosiveness, combined with his actual fighting pedigree, it would just be too much.
Too much for Neeson's more measured, maybe strategic style.
That seems to be the idea. The source paints this picture of Bolo closing the gap really fast, getting past the reach and just unleashing those powerful, close-range attacks before Neeson can really establish his boxing game.
So speed and power beating reach and technique in this view.
And that experience in, let's call it, less structured combat, the source really emphasizes Bolo's potential to land fight-ending shots quickly. That sort of overwhelming force.
Okay, so the takeaway from this analysis we've dug into is Brian Mills, the calculated rescuer, probably gets overpowered by the sheer force of Bolo Yeung.
That's the conclusion presented, yeah.
Okay.
The source is pretty clear. Bolo Yeung takes the win. Final blow delivered. Quite definitive.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
It does. And maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Does this kind of analysis change how you look at fight scenes in movies?
Yeah, like we often see the bigger hero win.
Yeah.
Right? But maybe factors like raw power or experience in different kinds of fighting, maybe they matter more.
Or maybe specific matchups just create unique dynamics. It makes you wonder what other sort of hidden factors really decide who wins when it gets real. Something to chew on.